Okay, it's time to get to work, and on session 3, I call this our Target 100 Success Roadmap. So what we know in our business is that cold calling is a painful experience, and although cold calling will work, much better to target specific audiences and to target specific areas. So in this session, I'm really going to spend not too much time convincing you that having a Target 100 roadmap really is the next step to unlimited success in your business and to either that first 100,000 or adding $100,000. So remember, my experience has taught me that laser focus on less equals more. And what I mean by that is also when you decide to do your lead generation, your target marketing, it's much better to do that in a concise area. Why? Because it's about creating that visibility in a specific community or area where people consistently see you out in the marketplace. So we're talking about target marketing, and in later sessions, as we discussed earlier, I'll get into some of the target audiences that already exist in, say, a geographic farm that you can reach out to using some of the marketing materials that we showed in the last session and some of the marketing materials you can get from your affiliate professionals, some of the marketing materials that are already probably available through your multiple listing service, through your local board of realtors. You have extraordinary information at your fingertips, whether it's trends in your marketplace, trends in neighborhoods. Heck, you can get some pretty good information just off of Zillow. Excuse me. All right, so the first thing that I really want to bring home is that when we talk about targeting a specific area, I am not suggesting that if you work in a specific neighborhood that you're not going to take listings 10, 15, 20, 30 miles away. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're not going to show property in all the outlying communities. I'm not saying that you're not going to work a broader area. What I'm saying is you're going to target your lead generation activities into a more narrow area. So ideally, that's within a 2 to 3, maybe 5 mile radius, depending on the type of community that you have. And here's the advantage to it. As you start listing properties in a specific area, when you have more listings in a specific area, then every single weekend, you've got your 20 to 30 open house signs out there with your name on it. Every single weekend, all the individuals in that community that are out and about are seeing you working. And they may or may not be interested in buying or selling at the moment, but week after week after week after week, they're seeing that you're out in the marketplace having success and working. They see your automobile with either a beautiful magnet on the doors or maybe you have lettering on the windows. Use your automobile. And again, in a smaller area where you shop, where you drop your children off to school, where you're participating in the community, that again is doing the same thing. It's giving you the opportunity for people to see you in their community more often. See, nowadays, the customer has more information at their fingertips. 10 years ago, if they wanted to know how much the house was down the street, they probably had to call a realtor. If they really wanted to know the value of their home, they had to call a realtor. But today, they can kind of get an idea of what the value of their home is. They can get an idea of what's going on. They can simply dial in an address and find out how much a property is selling for or how much it's renting for. So you and I as real estate professionals, we've got to be more visible. We've got to be more in touch with them. That part of our business is a lot harder. The part that's easier is our access to information. Our access to quality information is a lot easier than it used to be. Our access to creating nice flyers and what have you, much easier. The cost that we would have normally had for marketing and mailing and promotion was much higher before. So in that area, we're saving time, we're saving expenses. I used to pay a personal assistant just to do my flyers and $400 or $500 a week. Nowadays, that part of the business is easier. The challenge that we have, though, is we have to talk to more people about real estate. We have to do it on a very consistent, visible routine. So targeting a specific area. The next advantage, of course, is it's easier to master a specific area or community. So we'll know everything that's going on in that community. We'll know what's going on at the local schools. We'll know what's going on with the local teams because we're investing in keeping on tap and on top of our communities. We'll know more about the tax rates, the development, what's going on with the properties. As you get into the business longer, you'll even know floor plans by heart. You'll know community tax rates. You'll understand where the parks are. You'll know where the horse routes are. All those things that your buyers and sellers want you to know and provide for them. Another advantage of a targeted area is you can look at it as your daily route to success. And what do I mean by that? Well, an example I always use is in an area that we sold over 500 homes. We did a lot of geographic farming, but it was also where my children went to school and played softball. My kids were in my business with me. They coached Little League teams. So we had a lot of visibility. Here's a perfect example. I took a listing in an area that we farmed, and after the client signed the listing agreement, I asked her, well, I'm just curious, why did you choose me? And she didn't say it was because every single week you have great flyers at my front door. That was true. She didn't say it was because you did the neighborhood garage sale. Those things were true. She said, well, Gene, you parked in front of my house every day and walked your daughter to school. You seem like a pretty nice person and a great dad. My daily route to success. Now, the flip side of that, I'll just share this with you. You got to be a little careful, though, is we used to do 3 or 4 open houses, say, on a Saturday. Our team got big, lots of visibility, a lot of signs out. And we got in the habit of meeting at the local TGI Fridays afterwards. And I have to admit, you know, I can put down 2 or 3 beers, 4 beers in that situation pretty quickly. And it didn't occur to me for a long time that probably doing that in that particular community was not necessarily a good idea. Probably if we're going to go out and be doing happy hour, maybe I don't want to do it right there necessarily. All right, so number one, it's a daily route to success. It's a daily route to success. People will see you at the grocery store. They'll see you interacting in the community. It's easier to create a ritual. Now, one of our rituals as top geographic farmers was every day at 3:30, we were out in our geographic farms executing that geographic farm plan. And I'll show you that in another session of this course. And it was a ritual. It wasn't something we even had to really think about. I never even had to put it on a schedule because we just showed up at 3:30 and that's what we did. And we were out in that community every Monday through Thursday. And if the weather was bad, we had to make up the time Friday or Saturday, to the point that not only was it a ritual for us, but the consumers saw it as a ritual. And they actually knew what day we were on their street. Sometimes they'd be waiting for us to ask questions. Thinking tactically. Well, as we break down other parts of our target markets in this course, you'll see that you'll be able to think tactically. But you know what? It's a lot harder to be tactical if you have to go a long ways away. It's a lot harder to be tactical when the customer has never really seen you, when they have no idea who you are, when you're just another realtor. It's a lot harder to be tactical if it's inconvenient. It's a lot harder to be tactical in your customer service, again, if the consumer's a little bit further away. But imagine this, as you list properties and you're going to that property to present contracts and you're going to that property for inspections, again, the consumers in that area are seeing you out in their area working again. We're thinking tactical. And we're thinking visibility. Again, whether you're involved with your church or you're doing neighborhood garage sales or you're doing fingerprinting or you're involved in fundraisers or food drives or you're out, my kids coach Little League, and at the time they would take photographs of the kids while they were playing and they would post it. This was even before Facebook. They would post it on a website so that the parents that couldn't see their children play could look at the photos. They were out giving back to the community, coming from contribution, creating a tremendous amount of visibility. I do a session for you in this course on doing a rock star open house that will actually drive more listings to your business. It's a listing-focused open house. Well, that's part of visibility too. Look, I'm not saying that if you take a listing 10 miles out of your area that you're also not going to do all those things, but What I am saying is, when you consistently take more listings and work with more buyers and show more property and do more community activities in a specific target area, your life's going to be easier. You're going to know more. You're going to master it. People are going to know you. You're going to get more referrals. You're going to enjoy your business a lot more. You're going to have better customer service. Your transactions are going to hold together better. Think Target 100 roadmap. Think target marketing. Think a smaller area. Think daily route. Think ritual. Think tactical. Think visibility. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.